So we're back here with Vashty Maharaj from Central Beat. Lovely new, it's quarterly, right? It's
It
every
is.
quarter edition out. So get your copy. Remember, it's free. And Vashty, welcome again.
Thank you so much for having me.
And let's talk about some of the nice things making the news for this carnival, of course.
Well, we did have some carnival stories in it, but we try not to focus too much on the carnival because it's a quarterly, so it'll be sitting on shelves and in
Yes.
shops and so on for at least 3 months and longer. So we try not to date it too much
Yes.
in terms of stuff like that. So yes, there is. We highlighted the two major things for carnival. We highlighted was the Presentation College Alumni Association Carnival Fete, which it's really a big fete in Central. It is the fete to go to in Central. And I have a lot of family members who are alumni.
Okay.
And so I try to support them.
Me too.
And give them a little...
Me too, but we haven't been to that fete. I'll have to tell my brothers they have to go to that fete.
yes, I have to go as well. I haven't been in a while. But yes, I hear they're doing a really good job since it was taken over by the alumni.
Okay.
And so I try to give them some good pictures so that people can see themselves having some fun at the fete before they all got drunk and passed out. So
That did not happen. That is a joke, y'all.
Yes.
Central people never get drunk. Yeah.
no, of course not.
Right.
And then we every year, I mean, since I've started the paper, I've been carrying the carnival from Cuba, which I find is an amazing carnival.
Isn't it? I think Cuba has the best carnival in Central.
I think it does too, because and
It's
they get
old,
a huge
yes.
turnout. They
yes.
do get a lot.
Because you get all the
turnout.
pre-sale, Balmain, people coming into Cuba.
Yeah, and California.
Yes,
and
so-
Paxton Bay, all those people come, I guess, because it is a good carnival.
That's my introduction to Carnival in
yes,
Cuba.
mine as well, because I went to Holy Faith Convent, and so we knew about Cuba
And it was so
Carnival.
safe and
It was, and it was fun.
clean.
Yes.
I remember
And
Cuba Carnival being clean, yes.
Yes, and they continue to have a good carnival, and so we try to highlight them. This is our third year that we're highlighting their carnival, and we give them a big spread in the paper with all the costumes and the queens, and we like the kiddies especially. I like to highlight the kids
Yeah,
as well.
okay.
So which is why I put a photo of the little girl on the front because I thought she was so adorable. So we
Nice.
try to highlight them as well. So
Making
yes.
mass in Cuba.
Yeah, and but beyond that, we have a lot of local content. The front page is about Vashty Maharaj, and he is a young man who's doing a lot of work in Indo fusion music. So he's trying out a lot of things. He's experimenting, and I thought that was amazing.
Well, we need to get him on the show for our
I
Entertainment Friday.
think so, yeah, I think, and he's very talented and very popular and growing in popularity every day. So I think he's somebody worth watching in terms of Indo-fusion music.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've had that, and then, well, page 3 is going to be interesting to a lot of people because it's about a young man in Trinidad who is one of the few people who's making the transition from male to female. So his name is Brandon, and his female persona is Brandy. And Brandon and I sat and chatted, and he's had a really difficult time with bullying and harassment and so on in terms of making that decision to transition, because he is convinced that from an early age, very young, he knew he was not male. He self-identified with female issues, female way of thinking as he defines it. And so he decided from a very young age that he wanted to make that transition, but he has faced a lot of bullying and harassment in Trinidad over it. And he's finding it difficult to make the transition here. So he has made a decision to transition in another way by leaving the country so that he can then find the support he needs. Because he says beyond the emotional support and so on, he does not have the medical support in Trinidad to make that transition. He can't get the drugs, he can't get whatever else he might need in terms of, medical support, surgical support, that sort of thing. So he's decided to go to Holland, to the Netherlands, and get the support that he needs there. And he's really scared to do it here because he's afraid how he will be judged and so on.
Okay.
Because he's just a young man.
But he has to come up with the funding to do it in
Right. So I think he's going to be studying
and
and
working.
working and trying to do that at the same time.
Oh
I think he's
my.
just really determined that he
Is
must.
he a very young person?
He is young. He's 25,
Oh my.
and he's just really determined that he must make this
So
happen.
we have psychological support for people like that.
We do. I mean, there are psychologists, there are psychiatrists that he could turn to, but I think what he tells me is that he saw a social worker
Okay.
who told him that really, basically what I just said, that you can get the emotional, psychological support, but you won't get the medical and so on support that he needs. And he told me very tragically, I think, that he had reached out to a psychologist in Port of Spain, and the person told him, I will get back to you about this, and never did. And because he was so broken already, he decided he just wasn't able to reach back out to anybody else because he felt again abandoned by the psychologist, and so he just sort of let that go. But I think he has been getting some support
Yeah.
in terms of dealing with it because he's very articulate about the issue. He's very, very committed to it. He's very clear in his language and his behavior
What he's gonna do.
that this is what he needs to do to be true to himself.
Mm-hmm.
And there'll be a lot of people who will judge him on reading that article.
I think it's very brave.
It is.
It's a very courageous stance, because at the end of the day, we're all human, and I think we forget that when we're dealing with certain issues.
Exactly.
We're all only human, and we want the same love, support, encouragement. It's basic things.
Yes, the validation that we exist, we have a right to exist, we are loved,
Yeah.
we are appreciated, all these things. And he just was not getting that from, a lot of people around him.
But we had to really, the concept that at the level of the soul, we're all the same.
Yeah.
And I think we all have the male and female energy in us. It depends on what you would like to develop. And you do see tendencies in some people that they're more masculine or they're more feminine. And you wonder what caused it. But sometimes it's not even to judge, yeah?
No, you just, basically, I think you need to accept people, especially adult human beings. This is what I want to be. This is who I am. Accept me as I am.
That's why I asked about the therapy, if there's support, because you need to make sure, you need to go for that extra support and make sure this is the way to go. And
Yeah, I think, when he goes to Holland, he's also planning to see a psychiatrist as well to help him through the whole transition. Yeah.
so we have some interesting articles about natural therapies. And
Yes, we try to do everything, a little bit of everything, so that anybody who picks up the paper will have something that they find interesting and that they want to read. So I try to keep the beauty information in particular very accessible and so that something people
fashion
can do at home.
trends, yeah, fashion trends, nice.
Yes, and we have a tech beat. So we have this article about smartphones that can bend and not break, which I think a lot of trainees would be interested in, since a lot of people have problems with broken phones. And if you want to break up on Facebook, we have an article about that.
You can break up on Facebook.
Yeah, how you can do it, how you can not see all the information from your ex and so on. So Facebook has that option. So if you've broken up recently, you can definitely also get rid of the person on your Facebook page. So, and then we have a little bit of sports as well, about China wanting to take over the soccer world. So some of our sports enthusiasts, be they male or female, will be interested in reading about that, because it'll mean shifts in where our footballers go, and the kind of money they'll be making and so on. We have a love page.
I think we should discuss the love page in the Women's
Yes.
Forum instead of the negatives. I think we should go positive today and do, we'll discuss this article, 5 ways to make a man feel love and 5 ways to make a woman feel love.
Absolutely. So
Instead of going what we do wrong. What do you think? I think we're going to put something positive out today, because today is the 29th of February. It's not
yes.
every year we get a 29th. It's a special day. It happens every 4 years. So let's be positive and turn it around, and let's embrace and appreciate each other. So we take a break. When we come back, we're going to discuss women's and men's issue, not just women's issue, women's and men's issue. So back in a minute.